Hi, so I'm going to be talking about finding your voice and developing your songwriting skills, and how that will have an impact, how that can have an impact on our here on Earth, on our culture and our surroundings. So one way that I think that you can, or I can develop, find my own voice and develop that my songwriting skills, is to shut off all the noise and to remove distractions, whatever is taking up most of my time that maybe shouldn't be prioritized, or whatever's distracting my mind, or I'm trying to numb my mind or my attention away from what's going on around me. I think it's important to, whether it's social media or television or the conversations that we have, maybe that is just cluttering our thoughts and cluttering our mind and just filling it with noise. And I think some things need to be just kind of like shut the noise off for a while, for a moment, and to just really give what would happen if I personally would give God, my creator, all of my attention. I think he's so eager to show us things about himself, about his creation, about his wonders works. And personally, I've done this in my life, just taking a break from social media, taking a break from just making time, shutting some things out of my mind, which just create clutter, really, and just giving him my full attention. And I do this by being outside, being outdoors, giving him my full attention. And it makes such a difference in my life. And that's when we become inspired. I believe we become inspired when we meditate, or we just behold him more. Personally, I do this by being outside, being in nature. And the more I focus on the way that, how different each plant is, how different each flower is, the details in a tree or things, it's just an example, but this is what works for me. I think that's where we find inspiration. That's where we can really find depth. That's how I believe I can find my own voice, shutting off the noise, getting to know God, and getting to know, asking him what he thinks about me, how he sees me, and just giving my attention, prioritizing where I'm giving my attention, where is my affection going towards, and just redirecting that. Doesn't have to be the whole day, maybe a moment, just a couple of days a couple of hours in the morning or after work, and just shutting off the noise. I believe that's how I can find my voice. I'm not sure if there's a right or wrong answer to that, but that's what I've been learning in this particular course. Just shutting off, getting rid of clutter in my thoughts and my feet and my emotions. And once I've given him my thoughts, I can feel his heart. He begins to deposit, there's space in my mind, so he can deposit his ideas, his thoughts about me, about people, about how he sees humanity, or what he thinks about the situation, or what he thinks about why he created the way he created something. And I think that's how I've been developing my voice in songwriting. Just prioritizing time for that, making space in your mind, definitely, so he can feel it with his thoughts, instead of, there's nothing wrong with social media or TV, but that can just be clutter in our thoughts. And just the power, once we behold him and we meditate on that, then what we fill our thoughts with, that's what's gonna come out of us. So that's when we can begin to write of what he's showing us, his beauty, his splendor, his heart for others, or his heart for the situation. And we definitely get insight that most people out in the world don't. So that's when we can help shift culture and help bring a little piece of heaven to earth, which the earth and people are so hungry and so longing for, so thirsty for. And so we have this privilege, and we have insight. We have like the inside scoop to what's going on in heaven, and we get to bring that. We get to partner with God and bring that to earth. So again, making space in our mind, getting rid of clutter, getting rid of noise. So he has our full attention, and there's space in our mind, so we can fill it with his thoughts. Once that happens, we can begin to release that in songwriting, and we can express through sound, through movement, through emotion, through what we can smell, we begin to hear, we begin to taste, things that are different than culture, is counterculture, and that begins to influence the people around us.